Welcome back to Cosmo House Anonymous. I am your favorite new mama bougie vintage, and today is a story time. I'm actually going to tell two stories in one because there's a story that happened a couple months ago that I think I brought up when I first had the Airbnb situation. I never shared it, and they kind of go hand in hand because they're both stories about Hennessy. So let's get it shit poppin'. So a couple months ago, my cousin came up to Ottawa for the first time, and she came with her boyfriend and my aunt, and my aunt was obviously staying with my mom, and so my cousin was like, she wants to go out, and so her and her boyfriend were originally just gonna go out by themselves, but then me and Shooter were like, what about us, you know? So we ended up going out with them. We did a little bit of a pre-drink thing at the house, at my mom's house, and then we left from there and we went to the club. We left for the club at like literally like 1 o'clock. The club stopped serving liquor at like 2:30. Before we left, we weren't even really touched. Well, at least I wasn't. I can't speak for anybody else, but we weren't really touched that much from the alcohol. And so when we got to the club, we were kind of just moseying there, and we're like, we need a bottle. So we decided to buy a bottle of Hennessy, but we told them no sparklers because we were only buying one bottle, and one bottle and a sparkler is embarrassing. Please take notes. Do not get one bottle and a sparkler, honey. We get this bottle of Hennessy, and it wasn't like the super big bottle because they didn't have it, but the Hennessy bottle at the club is literally $300, sometimes more, depending on what size bottle it is. So we buy this bottle of Hennessy, and we didn't have a booth, so we basically had our drinks set up on the bar. So we had like cranberry juice and apple juice, like a ginger ale, the bottle of Hennessy, and an ice bucket. Not the Gucci ice bucket, but an ice bucket. I had this feeling that somebody would try to take our bottle, but I was like, ain't nobody that bold. We in here with the thugs and the gangsters. Let me not, I can't. So, so I'm not thinking anybody is bold enough to try to take our bottle, but Ottawa mans are waste. I'm not that drunk. My cousin is fucking wasted. Shooter's drunk, and her man is more on my level. Like, he wasn't that drunk either, but my cousin and Shooter were super lit. So we're just partying, we're dancing or whatever. Shooter and my cousin's boyfriend are like talking or whatever, or they're like just having fun in the club, and I guess we had our back turned on our bottle for too damn long. There was a nincompoop there that took the bottle up and was literally pouring out our bottle in the glass. Cause so I look at the fucking the ice bucket, and I'm like, where's the bottle? I look at Shooter, I look at her boyfriend, and I'm like, they don't have the bottle. Where's the bottle? So tell my cousin Bunny, and I'm like, where's the bottle? So we're looking around, we see the guy, there was like 4 guys, we see the guy has the Henny bottle and he's pouring it out into a glass. I'm like, what the fuck? So my cousin's like, are they fucking dumb? So we go and we page the guy because we're like, you're not gonna steal our $300 bottle of liquor. We don't give a fuck if you are 345 pounds. Okay, we don't care if you're Superman in this bitch.
Run up, freak.
We're gonna page you. So my cousin's like, what are you doing? And so she takes the bottle from him. I go and alert the boys because I'm thinking like, what the heck? I'm a princess, you know, I'm a princess. So I need somebody else to handle the situation. But my cousin thought she was Queen Gangster of the Year. So my cousin's paging the guy. She's like, no, but you're fucking waste. What are you doing? And I'm just like, keep in mind, my cousin's not no damn fighter. My cousin's not like, she's not like super thugging. She's not a tomboy. Like, she's like a super girly girl, and she does not fight. She cannot fight. And so she's over here paging the guy. And so I'm just ice girling. I'm like, these guys are not serious, right? And so we take the bottle back, we take the cup back, and so my cousin's really trying to fight them, and Shooter is obviously trying to fight. My cousin's boyfriend is not trying to fight. My cousin's boyfriend's being some super nice guy. He's like asking them if they want a shot or something, because that's all you really have to do. Like, don't be a waste man and steal the bottle, you know what I mean? Just ask if you could have a drink, because there's more than enough to go around. But they didn't want to do that. So then what happened was those guys were trying to grill us all night like we did something wrong. You guys stole our bottle. So at that point, me and my cousin are like, what's good? Like, what's good? And my cousin's whispering in my ear. She's like, no, are you fucking writing? Are you writing? I I can't. So I'm like, are you dumb? Obviously, like, I'm not just gonna let them take our bottle and then disrespect us, but you guys are grilling us. Like, are you fucking dumb? So we were ready to square up. Shooters are ready to square up. The only person that really wasn't trying to fight was my cousin's boyfriend, because he was the most level-headed person there. It's not worth it, you know, over one bottle of liquor. It was disrespectful. It was stupid of them to do that, but like, he just had a good head on his shoulders. So this is when Salem was like, she wasn't 7 months, child. She was young. And so my whole thing was telling Shooter, because Shooter's like, I'll fucking crush them, eh? Like, he was going in, and I was like, babe, we have to get home to Salem, because I ain't trying to go into the drunk tank tonight. I ain't trying to go to jail tonight. Like, I'm really not, you know. It's not worth it over a bottle of Hennessy, you know. So that's all I kept whispering, because Shooter is actually out of control when he's intoxicated. You can't talk to him. I done told you guys the story. Did I tell you guys that story about my birthday? Where we put him inside the taxi on one side and he kept coming out on the other side. We had to put him in 3 different cabs because the cabs kept driving off without him in them because he wouldn't listen. He was drunk as F, okay? And so that's just how he is when he's drunk. Like, he is crazy. So I was just telling him, like, babe, calm down. Like, you know, it's really not necessary. I mean, if they try and page us for paging them, then we might talk about it. But if that's not the case, then let's just leave it alone or whatever. So I think Shooter went over to the group of guys and he basically calls them pussy, and they didn't do anything about it. I don't even think they spoke English, chat, because Ottawa's full of these French people. But everybody knows what pussy is. Anyway, we ended up leaving the club, and once, like, it was last call because they weren't serving alcohol anymore. Once we finished our bottle, we left the club because we were just like, all right, this club blows. People are stealing liquor. And apparently that is the flex in Ottawa, which we were so unaware of because we don't really party. Like, you know, we grown, yeah, we watch Netflix at home. Apparently that's a flex in Ottawa though. Like, it's cool to steal bottles, and that's a regular thing at the club. That's what the bouncer was telling us, because the bouncer was actually from Malvern, where we're from, and so we linked up. I think Shooter actually knew him, and so that guy was basically playing security on our bottle for the rest of the night while we were there. Nobody could touch the bottle, and that was basically that. And so that first story is basically how we almost got into an altercation over a bottle of Hennessy that people thought they could steal from us, but we were not the 1, the 2, or the 3 Hennessy. And that's basically that.
I've been begging for the smoke for 35 minutes.
You did not want to give me a motherfucking phone. I was trying to get a listen, before we left the house. No, before we left the house, we told you. We said Shooter's crazy. We said, you guys have both? We said Shooter is nuts. Hey, did you see his man bun? Alright.
This is
You
disgusting.
guys are both from Scarborough, but like, why do you guys have man buns? And beards. I was like, we should have just started. I was like, I'm a girl. He's like, you're not my girl. I was like, you're damn fucking right.
He said that?
Yes.
Yo,
why you
I would
didn't
have to
tell
tell you guys
me?
to fucking exit the back.
If any of the men in the
will
with
shoot that shit.
we would have
I
just
feel
said,
like when I was
order
in
the
New York,
Uber,
and I was like,
Thomas, I ordered nothing. My niggas was like, yo,
where's the
follow
window?
me. We're down there.
I was like,
we're here and we're on books. I swear to God.
why are you screaming on the word? I'm not. Why is she screaming? I'm showing you for example.
Okay,
like, what I
Yo,
could.
my brother took the fake Franco, the Burberry shirt, the Louis scarf.
Yo, that scarf was fucking fake.
Before we left the day.
But the man them still would have took it.
I tell you this right now, that's why you can't give certain
Excuse me,
niggas,
sir,
you
can
can't
you
give
turn on
certain
the
niggas
heat?
fucking
It's like really
designer.
hot.
Yep.
They will burn their designer out.
That guy was
designer
a
makes
fucking
them.
fighty pussy.
I'm going there next week by myself.
No, please, excuse me,
No,
sir,
baby.
please.
No. Absolutely
We
not.
do not need the 4-hour drive.
God.
Babe, do you want to drive 4 hours
I'm so baffled.
next weekend? It's
Listen,
whatever.
we're going
you
to
want
a
it.
grown man would never try to steal a bottle from
Ever.
Yo, if a man picks up
Radio
your bottle,
station.
if a man picks up your bottle in Toronto or Toronto, no,
that's a thing on
Bro, that guy was disrespectful.
Is that what you think? A man is Scarborough.
Yo, that guy was fucking super disrespectful.
Don't believe him.
I was like, are you
In
fucking
Toronto,
dumb?
You believe a man would believe that's his bottle. The niggas
I
put
would
bottles up
not.
there, bro.
fucking believe.
If we were drunker than that, me and you wouldn't even have caught it.
Bro,
I
could not fucking believe. I was like, why would you?
Is it a problem you haven't tried?
Why would you? I'm like, are you poor?
Is it a problem you haven't tried?
Are you
with a
fucking
bottle?
poor?
You were having big conversation.
Yo.
Wait.
Money.
A man would have said,
was
I
like,
thought that was mine, and then he would have asked the bartender for his.
No, listen, this is the problem you haven't tried.
That security guard
A man
was
that's on your squad
accomplice.
who never
The
chipped in.
black guy?
That never chipped in.
Nah, he's from
over
Melbourne.
pouring.
He was from
A man that
Scarborough.
never chipped in, over pour is this thing trying to go on like Pralance.
Come.
Yo, I grabbed the bottle out the man's hand. I grabbed the bottle out the man's hand.
Are you good? Are you sure? You can't throw up on me because me and you are
you're
gonna
not
fight.
throwing up. You're joking. You're joking.
Up and no, you're not.
We don't do
Up
that.
and over, up.
Yo, fam.
She's not throwing up.
If the fucking
Yeah, if she does on me, it's a fight. My cousin.
But they don't
What do you
throw
mean
up.
Toronto fucking girls, bitch?
We're bougie.
You're not from Margot.
You're not from Margot.
I know your mom.
If that nigga fucking said
I
what
fucking
to me,
told you.
I'd
my
have
God.
been like, yo,
Babe, before we
you know
came,
the
I
only thing
fucking
that
told you
we're
you're from Merca.
None.
I'd have busted his head with that bottle. That guy
Ow.
didn't
Oh
understand.
my god. Yeah.
Yo, I would have busted his head with the
Go
fucking bottle.
on.
Yo, bro.
Bunny just jumped over me
Bro, if
to
I
get
told
out,
you,
get to
it
the
took
window. I
every
was at the window
image of
seat.
my daughter's face to not open and slap
Listen,
them up.
listen.
Who's
All
the
I
daughter?
kept, are you dumb, Salem? Oh yeah. Oh my god, my nigga. I was like, I kept telling him.
The man thought that was a fucking real move, though. Like, what do you think that was a move?
stop?
Listen,
No. What do you
this
think
is
that's
why.
a move?
This is
Yo,
why.
I was gonna
Listen,
bust on my
listen.
throat.
Me too.
You see
This
my
is why
security that
Toronto
was
niggas
right
can't
there?
come to fucking
I asked
Ottawa.
him, I said, yo, is
Do
that
you
an
have,
Ottawa thing? We sound like bad people, but we're good people.
No,
Yo.
no, Bunny, why are you sitting on me right now?
Yo, Max and I realized it.
Bitch,
Yo,
my
Max and I.
titties.
Yo,
Put on your seatbelt. What are you
Yo.
doing?
Bunny, get off of me.
Remember when I was talking to the next guy and gave him the shot?
Yeah, that's the Franco. He
No,
only had the
not that guy, not guy. The next
Oh, the other
with
one.
the jacket on. The man's like, yo, you said that you were talking to him in a way, and I was like,
Bro, the man in the Burberry shirt, I whispered to his ear, yo, I'll fucking fix you, eh?
You said that, man?
I believe you.
Yo, shooters.
That nigga didn't
What
want
you
to
guys
go.
give me?
That's why.
Yo, let me show you something.
So fucking
Let me tell you
quiet.
I
something.
looked at him
Yo,
and I
yo,
knew
yo.
he was Jamaican, so I
Yo,
said,
fam, if you could talk to a man like that on road, he doesn't know his dogs are not about shit.
Could I tell
Yep.
any man if we're in the
Are you
ends
coming
and
upstairs?
a piece of
Or we're all
spit from
sitting
my
on
mouth
one
in a
side?
man's face,
of slip.
I would have got fucked up. No, because I was yelling in his face, I was like, yo, I'll fucking fix you. And I can tell
my
that
nigga-
I'm
my nigga
spitting
right
when
here-
I'm yelling.
my nigga right here-
Oh, wait.
Yo, that was going
Spitting
hard.
on him and he's not
I
even
was
saying
spitting on him
nothing.
and he went,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
do that.
yeah,
He wiped his face?
Yeah, he's a
I'm
pussy. He's
dead.
a pussy.
whole life out the window. What?
Did you take the Hennessy?
No, we finished it.
What do you mean we
We finished the whole bottle.
finished the whole bottle?
Yeah.
There's a bottle of douche.
Why were you giving them shots?
Which one? This one?
Or
No,
Right.
You don't, people don't know how I am. Like, that's how I am. In like, where I'm from. You seen how the man poured the
I've
bottle?
been reevaluating my life.
You seen how the man was pouring the bottle, though? And you want to finish
Like
it,
it
dog.
was his.
It was no.
So, moving right along to this next story, you guys. Oh my god. So, Shooter comes home last week and he's like, hey babe, you want to go to a party? And I'm like, sure. I guess. And I kept forgetting about this party because it was the people from his workplace he's really cool with now, and they're like BFFs for life. And so they were like, yeah, we're gonna go to Montreal, there's a party, let's go, blah blah blah. And so he has gone out with them before in Ottawa and he had a great time. So he's like, babe, the next time we go out you have to come. And so I'm like, all right, cool. He tells me about this party. I'm thinking the party's way into the future, child. The party was like in 4 days. I was like, what? So I kept forgetting, and then I had actually invited my friend over to hang out for the week, and so she was here, but she had to leave on Saturday to drive all the way to Mother Effin Hamilton from Ottawa. We were talking about this party while she was here, and so at one point me and her kind of both looked at each other like, wait a second, why don't you come to the party? And she was like, I was just gonna, and then yeah, anyway, so she's like, she's gonna come. I'm like, but that's a long drive. I'm like, Hamilton, and then you're gonna drive back here, because we were leaving Sunday morning, which was the day of the party, to go to Montreal. which Montreal is 2 hours from Ottawa, so that's a lot of driving for her. And so she's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna come. I'll be fine. I'll just have a 5-hour energy and a coffee and blah blah blah. And I'm like, bitch, that is crack cocaine. Like, what are you thinking? And so she's like, I don't care. Like, I want to go out. Like, I'm gonna go to school soon. I don't have time to party. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So we plan to go to this party. She calls me when she gets back to like Port Hope, and she's like, Bouge, I don't even think I'm gonna come anymore. And I'm like, all right, cool, fine, whatever. I had already booked the Airbnb. Not a hotel. An Airbnb again, but this time I knew what to do. And so this time I booked the Airbnb and I forgot. And I'm like, after I got off the phone with her, I'm like, wait a second. I only booked the Airbnb instead of the hotel because she was coming. Because I booked a hotel, there was only 2 beds in the hotel. And I'm like, she's not gonna share a bed with my mom. Like, what the hell? So I was like, let me just get an Airbnb. So I get the Airbnb and I call her back because I'm like, I already booked and I can't cancel because it was trying to only offer me $80 back when I spent $276 or something like that. So I'm like, no. So I call her back and I'm like, honestly, I already booked the Airbnb, so you gotta come. And then she's like, ugh, fine. She hops in her car and she comes back. So she gets here like 1 o'clock in the morning. We leave here at 12 p.m. on Sunday. When we get to Montreal, it's like maybe 3:30, and the party started at 4 and it was ending at 10 because it was a daytime party. And so we're like, what the hell? So Shooter contacted people from work because they were actually arriving on a party bus. Meanwhile, we drove because we had the baby. We're like, where are they? They didn't leave Ottawa until like 4:45, I think, which was, they were supposed to leave at 3:30. They didn't leave till 4:45. And so they weren't gonna get to Ottawa until late. And we were like, what the heck? If the party ends at 10 and there's gonna be traffic, how the hell are they gonna get here in time for the party? They're only gonna be partying for like 2 hours. This doesn't make any sense. We were like, whatever. We can't sit around here waiting, doing nothing. So we decide that we're gonna have some pre-drink time. Girl. So we're drinking Don Simon or Don Simon sangria, which is so freaking good. But like, we had peach schnapps in it and we also had Sprite in it, and we were also drinking what were we drinking? Oh, we were having Ciroc, pineapple Ciroc, and I think that's it. Yeah. We didn't have wine other than the sangria. And so we were drinking that at the house and we were just getting a little vibe, catching a, you know, just having a vibe. Okay, finally we're like, we're not gonna wait for them to arrive. We're just gonna go to the party when we feel like it and just vibe out. We get in the Uber. We head to the party at like 6:30, I think? Yeah. At 6:30, and we get there and it's like crickets. Like, barely anybody's there. Shooter knew the DJ because that's who we were basically there with. And
not a soul up in that place.
There was literally like the bartenders. There's like 6 bartenders.
The
all
bartenders
girls
were so bored they were taking shots.
Yeah. A random group of French guys from Montreal. And so we're like, this party blows. Like, the party ends at 10. It's 6:30. Why is nobody showing up? And obviously the party bus with Shooter's work friends didn't arrive yet. So we're like, what are we really doing here? Like, this is whack. So we're sitting on the couch. We had a booth. We're sitting there and we're basically waiting for them to show up. Time is going by. It is 7:30, no party bus. They left. They were supposed to leave at 3:30. So we were under the impression that they left on time, but they didn't. And so the DJ tells us that they didn't leave till 4:45. So we're like, what the heck? So it should only take them 2.5 max hours to get to Montreal, and they were not arriving. It's 8 o'clock now, and they kept saying, we're 20 minutes away, we're 20 minutes away. They were not 20 minutes away nowhere. So Shooter's messaging them to see like, yo, where are they? Apparently, the bus kept stopping because people were getting, they got in a fight. Not on the bus, they got in a fight off the bus, I think at like a pit stop, and there was just bear drama. So yeah, all kind of ratchet behavior was going on and off of that party bus. I was so glad we were not on it, because I was like, I'd have been pissed if I was on that bus and the party started at 4 and we weren't arriving till damn near 9:30. Like, bye. So they're taking forever to get there. So me, Shooter, and my friend Katie were like, okay, let's just get a bottle. Let's just get a bottle of Ciroc. That's what we were drinking at the house. Me and Katie were in discussion the whole entire, like, the 3 days before the party. Me and Katie are in big discussions about Hennessy and how it's bad, Chad. It's just bad news bears. Anyway, we're not there yet, but I just need to let you guys know that was happening. And so we were like, let's just, you know, stick to one kind of liquor. Okay, that's what you do. So we're like, let's just get Ciroc because that's what we had. Keep in mind, before we even ordered the drink, because we were, it was almost like we were getting stood up. Like we were like, are they even gonna show up? Like, are we just here willy-nilly? It's not like we paid to get in the party, but we didn't know what was happening. And so the bartenders kept coming up to us and they're like, what do you guys drink? What do you guys drink? And so we told them and they came and did shots with us. And then they did shots again. We had Jaeger bombs. Oh, I forgot about the Jaeger. Oh.
Maybe it was that too.
Yeah. So we forgot about that. That's before we got the bottle of Ciroc. So we're like, fuck it, let's just get a bottle while we're waiting because it's honestly 8 o'clock. They're probably not gonna get here till 9 at this point. We end up getting this bottle of Ciroc for me, Shooter, and Katie. Keep in mind, I'm not 22 anymore, bitch. I don't really drink. I drink wine. Like, I'm an old woman, okay? I'm 49. Like, I drink wine at home and I chill. I don't really like to indulge in heavy drinks. I like sangria. You know, I like mixed drinks, but girl, the shots just aren't for me, you know? Anyway, we're having mixed drinks. We're taking shots of Ciroc and we're just having a good time. We're not even drunk. We're tipsy. You know, we almost are done the bottle, but we're not drunk. Finally, the party bus pulls up and we're looking because we're outside on like a patio thing. Mind you, the party was supposed to be on the rooftop, but there was not enough people to be on the damn rooftop. So they just had us in the front on the patio. So we look, the bus pulls up, we're hype. We're like, finally, now we can really party. We thought there was probably only like 17 people on the bus. The bus was like 40 people deep and we're like, this is the entire party. Because it was daytime, right? You know, we're not expecting the club to be packed, but we weren't expecting it to be as empty as it was. People are coming off the bus like a clown car and they basically end up filling up the venue and we're like, it's lit. At this point it's dark outside, or like getting dark. Shooter's introducing me to everybody. We're introducing Katie to his work friends and we're ready to have a good time. I'm honestly so glad I made my friend come because girl, okay? Yeah. We were sitting in this booth that was like at the entrance of the terrace. And so when the group got there and all the other girls got there, they were like, let's go over there because it was such a large party. So they were moving our stuff over to the next side and we're like, okay, cool. Me and Katie are from Toronto. These other bitches are from Ottawa. So me and Katie were kind of sitting off in the back and we were just being our stush Toronto selves. And we didn't think we were drunk, but now when I think back, I'm like, yeah, we were pretty lit. Yeah. We were pretty turned up.
We were laughing at everything for no reason.
I know.
Hey, your mama. Kiki, do you love me?
For whatever reason, they were treating me and Katie like VIP. I guess the people from Shooters work. So they're like, they cleared the couch. Okay, I don't even know if 2 bitches were sitting there, but they told them bitches to get the fuck up. And me and Katie, they're like, come. So we come and we sit or whatever. Shooter's doing his own thing with his friends, but then Shooter's friend comes up to me. This African man, chat. He came up to me and he's like, what do you want to drink? At this point, he was buying me a bottle, and at this point, my eyes were low, and I remember that they were low because I was like, whatever you're drinking. Like, do you remember me saying that? I was like, I want what you got. Yeah, because he had it behind his back. And I'm like, I want what you have. Bitch, it was a bottle of Hennessy. I knew I didn't want that. I knew I didn't need that, but I was drunk.
You didn't need it. We didn't need it.
We didn't need it.
We didn't need it at all. We were just being selfish.
We wanted to be cute with our bottle, right? Because nobody else had bottles except for the guys. The girls didn't have bottles. They didn't. They were mooching. So, yeah. I was like, I want what you have or whatever. So he's like, say less, basically. He goes to the bar. He brings back this huge freaking bottle of Hennessy. It wasn't the little $19 bottle. I don't even know how much he spent on the damn bottle of Hennessy. But all I know is that it was a big ass bottle. He passes it to me. It has the spout on it. We already had our cups, and so we were like, it's lit. We started drinking the Hennessy. I didn't do any Hennessy shots because we were just doing mixed drinks, like having, you know what I don't remember? I don't ever remember picking up like Coke and like pouring Coke. So what did we drink it in?
We didn't chase it.
Yes, we did. We were not drinking that on the rocks. I think it was in cranberry juice or something. But either way, it was strong as hell. Yeah. Strong, bitch. It was so strong. And so we're drinking. We're fine. We're vibing. I think I'm cute with my little buckle. Like, I think I'm so cute. Anyway, I'm in Katie's Snap. I'm talking about some, I hope these bitches know it. And I'm like, what do they know, bitch? I can't deal. I was on a ride, okay? So obviously I'm not taking it that I'm drunk. They're playing all these tunes in the club and me and Katie are turned up. Like all these songs that we love are playing, and so we think we're like rap genius and we're going ham rapping the lyrics because we're super gangster. Clearly we're just having fun or whatever. I don't even know what's going on around me. That's how drunk I am. Like, I have no idea. I didn't even know where Shooter was. I had no idea where he was. And you know what, even before we got that bottle and we were sitting in the back, Shooter's other friend that I always tell he owed me some damn Uber money because I'm always driving his ass home after work, his friend was giving us his Hennessy. Do you remember that? You don't remember that? No. He was standing there with Shooter and another guy, and he came over and he poured us a drink before we got the bottle.
I don't remember.
That's when we started drinking Hennessy. I think that's why I wanted the Hennessy.
The Hennessy hit
but
the rock, to be honest with you, because we were
but I honestly feel like if I didn't mix the liquor, the next events would not have occurred, okay? Because this is an advice to you if you are new partying. One of the main problems is the mixing of the liquors. If you are drinking one shade of liquor, if you're going to drink clear, drink clear all night. If you're going to drink beer all night. If you're going to drink wine, keep wine. And if you're going to drink brown, drink brown. Now, you can risk it and mix whiskey and cognac and whatever other browns you want. Just like you can mix gin with vodka if you want, because they're both clear. But try to stick with only one type of liquor for the night. Just vodka, just gin, just cognac, just whiskey, okay? That is my advice to you. Once you start drinking wine and yak and vodka and gin, once you start doing all that other stuff, your night is going to spiral. You're going to black out and you're not going to know what the hell happened. Because the last thing I remember is me and Katie going to the bathroom with these other girls.
You're missing the gas station part. Tell us about the hot dog. Tell them.
Okay, so this is when I should have known I was drunk AF. So me and Katie are like, bruh, we're hungry. We thought this was a barbecue party. It's literally called barbecue party. There was a guy in the back barbecuing though. We never went to see him. Yeah, you don't remember the smoker? There was a guy barbecuing there.
We didn't go see it though.
No, but he was right behind us, but we could have got hot dogs right damn there. Anyway, we were like, bro, we're so hungry. Like, that's how I am. When I'm drunk, I want to eat. Like, I need food. I also want to eat because I wanted to soak up the liquor. We had 5 guys before we left the house, but still, we wanted to eat. Once we're drunk, we just want to eat. It's just like when we lived in Toronto, after we go party, we'd always go to Markham Station to get, like, greasy food after. Anyway, I think that's just common. Me and Katie are like, we go up to Shooter, I think, and we tell him we're really hungry and we want to go find street meat because we were just craving street meat. Like, street meat is the go-to after you are partying. You want street meat. So I'm trying to get me a halal beef hot dog, bitch, with ketchup. That's all I want. And so me and Katie, we don't even know where we are. We're in Montreal. We've never been here before, ever. Like, never been to this street. We're like, let's go walk down the strip and find some food. Me and Katie leave. Shooter, I think, tries to tell us we can't go at first.
Yeah.
He did?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he told us no, just wait. Yeah. And we're like, no. So we go, we leave. Like, the buddy system was in full effect. Me and Katie leave. Listen, Katie leave, like I said, we're walking down the street. My eyes are low, okay? Bitch, they're basically closed. When my eyes get low, you can't even see my eyes, okay? They're low, but I can see everything. You just can't see inside, okay? We're walking down the street. We get like half a block and there's a gas station and we're like, yo, fuck this, because we don't even know where we're going and like we're not gonna find the hot dog. Like, we're just not gonna find it. We don't even, did we smell street meat? And that's why we went. So, it's probably from the guy behind us in the club cooking the street meat and we're dumb. Like, why did nobody stop us? so we're looking for the freaking street meat. We're like, we smell it but we can't find it. So we go and we're like, okay, Katie's like, I need to pee, and I'm like, I need to pee too. So we go to the gas station. We are at the gas station, and I'm looking at this food selection in there, and I'm like chips and stuff. I'm like, I don't want none of this shit. This ain't no street meat. So we just go straight to the bathroom. Katie goes to use the washroom, and I was supposed to go after her. I did not even use the washroom. I don't know what I was thinking. We just left. I remember something about a little kid being there. So whatever. Katie uses the washroom, and then I'm waiting for her, and then we leave together, and we end up going back to the club without getting the street meat. So we get back to the club, and we're just hanging out, we're vibing, whatever. We continue to, who did we give our bottle to when we were gone? Jacob? Yeah, okay.
Hold this, guard this with your life.
That's what we said? I'm dead. So when we go back, we find Jacob, he gives us back our bottle, and then we just continue to party. And it was shortly after this that I think we got up to go to the bathroom with the other girls, and when we were in the bathroom we were fine, and then Fifi came on, right? So we're hyped. Nicki Minaj's part's about to come. We're about to be like, he wanna stick not like Takashi Kala Papi, right? So the lyrics are saying, first of all, when I'm drunk I can barely even remember freaking lyrics. I don't know what it is, but I remember these lyrics. And so we're hyped. We sit down. I don't know why I sat down, but I sat down. I was feeling fine, you guys. This is what you don't understand. Like, I was drunk, but I was alert and everything. I was feeling so fine. And I always can tell right before I'm gonna throw up. As soon as I sat my little ass down, I felt it.
Oh, okay.
I opened my legs and I just started puking. And I'm like, what? What are you telling me? Like, what are you telling me? So I remember puking because I remember the manager of the club, or the owner of the club, whoever it was, he came and he was like cleaning up the puke as I'm puking. Like, let me, yeah, he said, Jacob said he was throwing salt. And so all these people were trying to like help me, and so Shooter's standing there being my security. He's like, leave her alone. She's good. She's good. Leave her alone. And so some girls over there standing talking about, get you a him. Like, what? Like, what? I should have been escorted out on a freaking stretcher at this point. Like, it's not even funny. I was literally throwing up, and I'm the only person throwing up too. So at this point I'm like super embarrassed because I'm like, really? I'm the girl at the party that's throwing up right now? I can't hold my liquor? Are you kidding me? My first time out, and this is what I'm doing? Like, who am I? Who even am I? I was so pissed off. So that's the things that are going on in my head, but I'm just like, oh, I'm so relieved to be throwing up, so at least, you know, I can get most of this out of my system. At this point now, I'm blackout drunk. I remember lots of commotion about, I guess, the state I was in, them talking about the Uber and just trying to get me out of the club. And I remember leaving the club in between two people, right?
It took two people to carry you out.
Two people had to carry me to the Uber. Katie and this other girl that I met that's actually a subscriber, which is even more embarrassing. But she was super sweet, her and her friend, but only she helped. They were carrying me out to the Uber, and I get in the Uber, I guess.
It's only 9:30.
Okay, let's not talk about the time. I was drinking for hours, okay, and mixing liquor. It was super early, but I thought it was super late. Like, I thought that the party ran past the time, you know, because everybody was having a good time. It was only 9:30, bitch. Who the hell is doing this at 9:30 p.m.? Nobody, okay? People don't even start drinking till 11. Like, girl, it was too much. You would have thought I was literally on vacay. So we get in the Uber. I thought Katie was sitting in the front. She was not. She was sitting beside me. Yeah. And so this mystery or conspiracy about where the hell is Bo's wig, this is where it happens. So we go in the Uber, and the Uber is bringing us home. But I kept having to throw up, so I wanted the Uber to pull over because I didn't want to throw up outside the window, because I knew, as drunk as I was, I always know that if I throw up outside of a window, it's going to be on the side of the car. And I didn't want to damage the car. But I still damaged the car. I know I did.
You damaged it inside and out.
I know. So I didn't want to throw up outside the window. So I had, I guess, did I ask him to pull over?
I asked him.
Oh.
He threw up.
Pull over the first time. Open the freaking car door, and I'm puking outside of the car, but it's getting onto the seat, and I remember seeing it. Am I right about that?
He was just braking, so he was still technically driving.
He was driving, and I opened the door. This is you guys. Honestly, I'm done with... Sorry. Anyway, I'm throwing up. I think I'm good. We drive off. I need him to pull over again because I have more vomit. Did I throw up on the inside of the car, like on the floor?
Inside and out.
But on the
Inside,
floor. No, just on the
floor.
side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was conscious enough to not throw up in the man's car directly, but as I had my head, I thought my head was far enough out the car door to puke. It was not. I was puking inside the damn vehicle. It was stupid that we even pulled over. Okay, so I guess at the second point of throwing up, this is where my wig went missing, and Katie didn't notice. I'm like, bitch, what were you doing that you didn't realize my wig was gone with the Win Fabulous? Like, what? So that's why I thought she was in the front seat, because all of a sudden my wig's missing. We have no idea my wig's missing though. So I'm just telling you guys that my wig's missing. But at this point, neither one of us know that my wig is missing. Katie's unaware that a bitch has a full-blown braid up. Okay, and she's sitting right beside me. That's how drunk she is. She was the sober one out of the two of us, but she was drunk AF. So we finally make it to our Airbnb now. But our Airbnb is like this place in Montreal where all of the apartments are up these long flights of stairs. Like, legit steep ass stairs. So I had no idea when I booked because there was no picture from the outside. Scam. But it was still a really nice Airbnb. But still, it's like an older property and there's just a long flight of stairs. I'm wearing those red patent leather boots that you guys saw on my Instagram. These freaking stilettos. I'm blackout drunk. How did I make it up the stairs? We don't know. Okay, I was just able to do it because I was able to do it.
You walked very fast up those stairs.
Did I?
You did. Even your mom was like, how did she get upstairs? I'm like, I didn't carry her, so...
You couldn't carry me if you wanted to. Anyway, I make it up the stairs, and my mom said that when I came inside, it was almost like I was gonna go to the living room, but then I beelined and just went to the bed. My mom's obviously very upset because she's never seen me like this, because I don't get like that, like, you know what I mean? Like when I was younger, but I wasn't going home like that, you know? Can't. so I beeline, I go to the room or whatever. I guess I lay down in the bed and I'm still fucking puking. So my mom comes into the room to take care of me, and I guess Katie comes into the room too, and my mom looks at Katie and she's like, where's her wig? Katie was just in the house to get cleaning supplies to clean the Uber because she didn't want to leave the Uber and mess like that, because the guy was such an... Listen, he was a saint. He was a godsend. Like, you know what I mean? In Toronto, if you do that to an Uber, they're so rude. And they're... Yeah, he wouldn't have been... He would have told us that he would have kicked us out the Uber. Like, he was really, really sweet and understanding. And, like, shout out to him. Anyway, Katie went to go clean my vomit out of the Uber. Like, went to clean the vomit out the Uber. My mom's like, where's her wig? I think that... was I conscious? Like, was I saying something about, I think my wig's in the Uber? Did I say something about that? I didn't know if you
were breathing at that point.
Okay, bitch. Anyway, that's what I feel like that happened, but I don't know. So, I think I suggested that she check the Uber because a lot of the conversation that was happening, I was responding even though I wasn't seeing anything. Like,
when you were laying on the bed?
Yeah, no.
You weren't.
I feel like I was.
You were dead. Me and your mom were undressing you.
Okay, I know that. I was laying in... Well, okay. Katie said that's not what happened. So, bitch, it was in my head. I think I was hearing it then because I was hearing what was going on, but I wasn't responding.
But you weren't able to respond.
That's scary. Oh, my God. But then when I was throwing up, what was happening?
You were responsive then, but as soon as you collapsed on the bed, you were gone. Your mom couldn't even wake you up. Or myself.
That's so scary.
You were moving your legs around and you wouldn't even wake up because we were trying to get the heels off you.
Did you guys check my pulse?
She did. She checked you. She's like, okay, she's still breathing.
I didn't know. I'm so pissed. Oh my God. Now I know why she was so upset. I can't. So, yeah. I don't know what happened, you guys. It was the Hennessy. But it's crazy because before I left the house, I was like, I'm not even going to drink a lot. Like, I'm not drinking a lot. And I don't know, some days it's like, you know those times where you really want to drink and you want to turn up but you can't, and then there's other times where it just sneaks up on you? That's what happened to me because I really didn't feel like I was drinking a lot, and I didn't up until we went to the bathroom and we came out of the bathroom and I sat down and I started throwing up. Up until that point, I literally felt like $1,000,000. Like, it just hit me like this. It was like it was like Wingardium Leviosa or some bullshit like that, okay? Like, honestly, it was so shocking to me that I was throwing up. I was like, what? I was shocked. I think I jinxed myself when I said I wasn't gonna get drunk. And I think also because I haven't been out in so long, because I've been, you know, momming it up. Mom of the Year award. I think because I haven't been drinking like that, like I'm so used to just drinking mellow stuff like wine, okay, that's literally it. It was just my body was like, what's this new stuff, you know? It was like heroin or something. So yeah, that's basically what happened. They had to undress me. I was throwing up everywhere. There was so many towels in the washer. It was a mess. The next day, I felt like shit, but I didn't feel hungover.
You were walking around in Montreal with your
bandeau. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, that's not the only thing. So I also, when I was, so I also ended up losing my nose rings, but apparently when my mom was, listen, when my mom was cleaning me up and she was like trying to wipe my face, she said I was telling her to watch out for the nose rings. And so, because that's every time I get drunk, I lose my nose rings, or like my hair gets caught in it and it gets torn out. And so I'm figuring when I ripped my wig off, that's when my nose rings came up. But my mom said I had them in the bed. And I said, did you see them, or was I just talking about that? Because I probably didn't have them in the bed. But she said I had them. I don't know where they went. So I always travel with extra nose rings because, like, anytime I do any kind of activity, not just drinking, like if I go swimming, anything like that, because I wear straight nose rings, I can't wear the ball, I can't wear the screw, so I lose my nose rings a lot. Like, my nose is not even healed. I literally had to re-pierce my nose because the air got in the holes. There was no jewelry in it for like 12 hours. And so it started to close, and so I had to re-pierce my nose with the studs. I got the bottom one in. It took me a good 30 minutes to get the bottom one in, and then the top one, it was not going in. I didn't get the top one back in my nose until like bedtime the next night when I was laying in my bed at home. I lost my wig, I lost my nose rings, and I lost my dignity. And yeah, you know when you were young, like 19, when you're first allowed to drink, you could literally drink like a fish and like go out 2 days in a row and party and drink.
Well, for a week.
A week, girl, bye. I was never doing that. But like you could literally party the whole weekend, 2 nights in a row, and like you would,
and you're still fine.
You weren't even hungover. I never used to get hungover.
For 6 hours, and she's R.I.P. by
oh my god, R.I.P. Shout out to the wig. If you see my wig on a back street in Montreal, and if it's laying in vomit, you know, just wash it off. It's really good quality. I sewed it myself, girl. But yeah, I was really disappointed with myself. I know my mom was super disappointed. She said she was triggered. I'm not gonna say why, but it triggered her, and she did not want to see me like that ever again. She's pissed. Pissed! I'd have been pissed too, champ. Say I'm gonna come home one night like that, and I'm just gonna be like, little girl. When she's 19 and starts to party, oh my god, girl. We're gonna have a talk.
Yeah.
God forbid. But that's basically it. But I'm back to drinking wine, so cheers. If I didn't lose my wig, I probably wouldn't be sharing the story, but because I lost the wig, I just wanted you guys to know how I lost the wig, because it's crazy. Like, I wasn't drunk and then I was, and I still don't understand like how that happened. Like, I'm
your
like,
shit was secured, okay?
Bruh. The wig was glued. I forgot about that. I had Ghost Bond on the wig, but I didn't do a lot of layers because I don't like to leave my wig on. I'm trying to be cute or whatever. I wanted to look super natural, so I had it glued. It was the center part, and even my subscriber that was there was saying that, listen girl, the videos don't do it any justice. Like, in person the wig was popping off my head top. Like, it was literally secured, but throughout the night I was feeling it like kind of slipping back, but I left the club with the wig on. I had it.
And it was in the Uber. It was just disappeared.
Yeah. It was just one of the stops in the Uber that the wig disappeared. But yeah, that's basically it. Tell me a time that you guys got super drunk, that your night, you know, you lost your dignity, okay? I love you all, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.